Response to number 81, alleged housing destabilization by code enforcement. Plaintiff alleges that defendant Chad Gray, acting under color of law in a code enforcement role, used enforcement authority to pressure property owners and destabilize plaintiff's housing, impairing employment and litigation stability. The factual framework you've outlined significantly undermines that claim. 1. Lawful code enforcement is not retaliation. If Gray identified code violations, informed property owners of correction requirements, advised of penalties for noncompliance, that is standard municipal enforcement activity. Code enforcement officers are obligated to notify owners of violations and potential consequences. That is not coercion. It is statutory duty. Absent evidence that violations were fabricated or selectively enforced, the claim fails at the threshold. Number 2, plaintiff was not the direct target of enforcement authority. If Gray's communications were directed to property owners, not plaintiff, that weakens any claim of direct retaliatory pressure. Interjecting oneself into regulatory conversations does not convert ordinary enforcement into constitutional harm. Voluntary departure versus eviction. If plaintiff chose to leave each property, was not formally evicted, was not removed through court process, then the alleged displacement resulted from voluntary relocation decisions. Voluntary departure breaks the causal chain necessary for constitutional liability. Number 4, nature of the properties matters. You've described Property 1, non-residential use. Property 2, garage conversion without permits or code compliance. Property 3, similar unpermitted alterations. If plaintiff was residing in spaces not lawfully authorized for habitation, then there is no protected housing right in illegal occupancy. Enforcement aimed at bringing structures into code compliance is legitimate. The responsible party for creating violations, if plaintiff performed or caused the alterations, cannot attribute resulting consequences to retaliatory state action. Code compliance is not optional. Number 5, causation and responsibility. If plaintiff caused or contributed to code violations, engaged in unpermitted structural modifications, was a contractor or handyman with relevant knowledge, then enforcement consequences stem from regulatory noncompliance, not retaliation. Municipal liability requires wrongful conduct by officials, not lawful enforcement of building codes. Number 6, employment and litigation claims. Plaintiff alleges housing instability, impaired employment, and litigation. However, plaintiff is self-employed. He continued live streaming and posting content. He continued filing and litigating cases. He publicly displayed pleadings and updates. There is no evidence of missed filings caused by government obstruction, dismissed claims due to housing issues created by officials, inability to access courts. The litigation record contradicts the material impairment theory. Number 7, no constitutional violation identified. For a Trife 1983 claim to survive, plaintiff must show 1, action under color of law, 2, deprivation of a constitutional right, 3, causation. Lawful enforcement of building codes, even when it creates inconvenience, does not deprive someone of a constitutional right. There is no constitutional right to reside in non-compliant or non-residential structures. Bottom line, code enforcement appears routine and lawful. Violations existed. Plaintiff contributed to or caused them. He chose to leave without eviction. He continued working and litigating. No actual court access injury is shown. The claim reframes regulatory compliance consequences as constitutional retaliation. The facts as presented do not support that transformation.